GE has clearly been on the leading edge with respect to sustainable innovation. And so I'd like to ask you some questions around that. First, our early adopter and first mover consumer audience, the majority of whom now are millennials and older Gen Zs, have been telling us for the last couple of years that ESG, environmental, social, and governance, and corporate sustainability is now the number one consideration when they are looking at products for their home. So can you tell me a little bit about GE's standout ESG initiatives?
It's great to see, I think, consumer, the awareness and the importance that's being put behind that, because we've always believed that that's what our company should be about. When you look at it, it's driving a lot of decisions we make. If you look at one of the big impacts of manufacturing is transportation. I mean, we've invested billions of dollars in US manufacturing to make sure we're building those products closer to our consumers. Those things we need to do. We're very cautious and careful on the kind of chemicals we use, making sure from a global warming. You hear a lot about the refrigerants that are in the refrigerator, but a lot of stuff that goes in the refrigerator is foam. And, so we're blowing the cleanest, the greenest foam. We're the ones that introduced that into America, really to drive down greenhouse gases in an amazing fashion. So there's a lot of hidden areas that companies need to move on. We're looking at packaging now. We need to move farther on packaging. And it's good to see the consumers being aware of that, because that's going to drive industry. It's not just good for us to be driving it. We need everyone to do it to make the kind of impact that we're going to need across the world right now.
What are some of GE's most impactful innovations that facilitate net zero and all electric homes?
So our big focus has been on energy efficiency. We have regulations that are impactful to the industry, but we've always looked at how do we go above and beyond. We were the first to introduce hybrid hot water heating into the US, really drove a lot of the regulations that you see today that are really pushing the industry forward to go to hybrid hot water heaters. Because if you look at in the US, the amount of energy to heating hot water, it's substantial. So we really looked at what are the high use cases in your home that we can make an impact. Another big one is your dryer. Electric dryers, they're using a lot of energy and they're on for a long time, and they're used heavily throughout the week in the average American home. So you see what we're introducing right now is a heat pump dryer that's part of this combo laundry. It really doesn't have the sacrifices of a lot of heat pump before. So we really look at American behavior, consumers, so how can we give you the efficiency without having the sacrifice that you might have with some of these other products that are out there.
So talk a little bit about the results of these innovations for homeowners. How do your innovative appliances and water heaters and other products make their lives better and more sustainable?
So the main thing is you want to get these technologies in many homes as we can to truly have an impact across the country. And so if it's efficient and really no other benefit, you don't see consumers going out and making that purchase. Like that washer dryer, it really takes away a big pain point. You no longer have to go down in between cycle and move from your washer to your dryer. That's what people love it for. That's what's driving the sales. And then they're finding out that, oh, by the way, it plugs into a regular 15 amp plug. And so then they're starting to see, hey, this is incredible. We get much better performance, something that's much more convenient. And oh, by the way, it's going to save a ton of energy across America.
I was really interested to see that you have energy management systems integrated into your appliances, water heaters, and air conditioners. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? And what are homeowners saying? What's the feedback that you're getting?
There is somewhat of resistance to change, where they're used to, here's how we have homes across America. But now we're seeing a dramatic shift in that. I think because of people realizing the environment, the problems that we've got, the really need to have more sustainable living around the country. We're seeing a big uptake in the need for this kind of technology. And people are talking about, how do I have more sustainable homes? How do I, leverage all these renewables? And that is very thankful is starting to put a resurgence in that kind of technology that we've, quite frankly, had for years. We're still early, but you can feel this is momentum. I don't think it's going to stop.
What are some of the trends that you're seeing around induction cooktops and induction cooking?
The technology has just evolved so far that if people experience it, and a lot of people, oh, I have to cook with gas. I want that kind of speed. Induction's much better. And if you look to a radiant cooktop or a coil cooktop, induction, the performance is just incredible. So a lot of this, I think people are, we have to forget what the tech used to be and understand where things are today. And if you really want to have a world-class cooking experience, induction is the way to go. You're seeing more and more Michelin restaurants going to induction away from gas because, one, it's much more comfortable to cook on. You don't have the heat in the kitchen, etc. But they're also doing it because of that response time. You have much more control over induction. But there's a lot of consumer ideas and behavior that are from the past that we're bringing forward, that I think we just got to help educate and let people experience where this technology really is today.